Hi there, live groups. Welcome to week one of 1 Peter. We're starting a new series. We're going to spend 6 weeks looking at the book of 1 Peter. And I've got 4 questions for you. First question: are there any moments in Peter's life that you connect with the most? So you may remember we looked at Peter coming to faith, his brother bringing him to Jesus. We looked at Peter being quite an impulsive kind of character, like he would act before thinking sometimes. And we also looked at Peter failing Jesus, but then Jesus recommissioning him, sending him out afresh to go and feed his sheep. So is there a moment in Peter's life that you connect with the most? Then question number 2: what can your natural response to suffering be? What can your natural response to suffering be? And you may remember we looked at kind of 4 common responses to suffering. We looked at the fatalist, who kind of gets just overwhelmed when they hit suffering and doesn't see any kind of sense of hope and gets lost in it. We looked at the masochist, who kind of stays in suffering, almost takes that pain as part of their identity. And then we looked at thirdly the escapist, someone who likes to avoid suffering at any and every cost. So specifically, kind of what one of those 3 responses can you often have when you hit suffering? Great. And then the third question: do you have a story, maybe your own or maybe one from the Bible that you can think of walking through suffering towards glory with Jesus? So we looked at the 4th way of approaching suffering as the way of Jesus. And Jesus, he walked through suffering with an awareness of the glory to come. He walked through it with his Father. So in the same way, when you hit suffering, have you got a good story of Jesus being close to you, of you being reminded of the glory to come, a good story of you walking through suffering in a good way? Great. And then finally, I just thought it'd be great to have some time to pray for one another when we're talking about suffering. It's very easy, if you like, to talk about concepts and ideas, but it's an incredibly painful process that many of you will be in right at this moment. So it's a good opportunity to pray for one another, and that we'd walk through our current suffering towards glory with Jesus. God bless you guys.